Where is Mr. Gray?
Mr. Gray is here.
You got a long way to go on your license too, don't you?
Yes.
Let's see here. Fishing without a license? What's your date of birth, sir?
7/11/72.
That's not you. All right, let's see.
What you say?
7/11/72.
Oh, I got them right here.
Let's see. All right, let's call the cases. This is the city of Detroit versus Christopher Lamar Gray, case number strike that, SP 1191985, counts 1 and counts 2, SP 1257323, counts 1, 2, and 3. We'll also call case number 13-466-1711. We have case number SP 1267865, counts 1, 2, and 3. We have SP 1267877, counts 1, 2, and 3. And this one's in warrant status from way back in 0852085441.
Wow, a warrant since 2008? That's a long time to have a warrant just lingering. Another thing that I've noticed when I've watched this judge, I've never understood why he always has a mask on. He doesn't even appear to be around anybody. So I'm not understanding why he always has his mask on, but nevertheless, let's get back to the video.
Appearance for the record, please.
William Glenn on behalf of Mr. Gray, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Gray, are you trying to get a driver's license?
Your Honor, I'm here by special appearance.
No, you're not. Stop it with the foolishness. You are not here by special appearance. You are here because you are the person that is supposed to be in court.
I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming. Go ahead.
I don't understand the nature of the case that's here in front of me. I don't understand.
So you don't understand the nature of the cases here in front of you. You don't understand that you got to have a driver's license to operate a motor vehicle on the roads of the state of Michigan. You don't understand any of that stuff.
Your Honor, I don't understand the jurisdiction. I don't understand how I wound up here. I fail to understand.
Well, I'll tell you how you wound up here. Well, I can probably, I got a similar case, and this gentleman provided me with a motion the other day, and I'm reading the motion, and I'm reading the case law that he says is supporting the fact that the court doesn't have jurisdiction, that the state can't make you have a driver's license and things like that. And when you read the case law that he gives me, and it's probably going to be, if you did your own motion, it'd probably be the same case law that you would try to cite. It says exactly the opposite of what he is trying to purport.
You see, the problem with these sovereign citizens is when they do their research and try to cite these cases, they're clearly not properly comprehending what they're reading because their educational level has stopped probably around the 4th or 5th grade. And it's just odd that these people then in turn want to come into court and represent themselves when they know very well that they're not equipped to do that. They just make complete asses out of themselves every single time.
Okay, so what is the jurisdiction of the court, Your Honor?
Go ahead.
What is the jurisdiction of the court, Your Honor?
You've got to have a license. You know, if you're saying that the court doesn't have jurisdiction, are you trying to say basic? Let's just talk a little real simple, basic stuff. Are you trying to say that you can just run red lights, you can just speed, you can just do what you want to do on the roads without any repercussions at all?
Your Honor, is this a court of record? I'm sorry, is this a court of record?
What?
As far as I checked, it was, Mr. Glenn.
Yes, it is, sir.
Okay, so you guys follow a common law.
Mr. Gray's lawyer must be a standby lawyer, because why he would allow his client to spew such gibberish is mind-boggling. Now, if this sovereign citizen thought the courts didn't have jurisdiction, why'd you show up to court?
We follow the state, we follow the statute of the state. We follow the statute of the state of Michigan.
You follow a common law, Your Honor.
The 14th Amendment gives the state the right to enforce the police powers of the state. The right of that is to protect the health, safety, and welfare of the citizens. Part of that right comes, part of that constitutional right says that the state has the authority to regulate the people that are driving on the roads of the state of Michigan, and to say that to protect the health, safety, and welfare of the citizens.
The Sixth Amendment allows me to know the nature of what I'm being charged with. And that's
I'm gonna tell you. SP 1267865 failure to display a valid operator's license. Punishment.
Your Honor, I'm challenging your jurisdiction, Your Honor. I'm challenging.
Go ahead.
I'm challenging his jurisdiction, Your Honor. I don't understand the nature of the charges.
All right.
This guy right here is clearly a knucklehead, and he deserves whatever punishment he receives and more.
All right, we won't take up too much time with this.
I request a jury trial, Your Honor.
Yeah, all right. What I was gonna do is, all right, so for the jury trial, we have to set a final pretrial, right? We'll set a final pretrial date. We'll have the final pretrial date on May the 3rd, 2022 at 8:30.
Yes, Your Honor.
Final pretrial, and then can we get a jury trial date, Ms. Nash? I was gonna give you an opportunity, well, put it this way. And
for the record, Your Honor, please have the prosecutor put jurisdiction on the record for, if you could, Your Honor. Just let me know so that since we're in court of record.
Well, if I have a signed complaint here, which I have a signed complaint, then that automatically puts the jurisdiction on the record.
All right, I didn't get a copy of that, and if you have a copy, I'm going to need that to be signed on the penalty of perjury, Your Honor. If it's an accusation against you, I'm going to need that
All
signed.
right, give me an email address, sir.
Yes, Your Honor. Detroit City Services.
Is that Detroit spelled out?
Yes, sir. cityservices@gmail.com.
Email these tickets to this young man. I can't call him. He's a little older than I am.
I really just don't get it. These sovereign citizens always come into court challenging jurisdiction when the guru clearly told you,
Don't go to court and challenge jurisdiction. Learn how to get out their jurisdiction. Just learn how to remove yourself from the jurisdiction. Then you can start doing everything as far as like exercising your rights.
but yet you guys still come to court and challenge jurisdiction anyway. And it literally makes no sense. It is not a winning defense. And like I always state, if you truly thought the courts had no jurisdiction, why even bother showing up to court? It literally makes no sense.
And yeah, I would just, if one of the things I request is, yeah, if I can just get that accusation, with sworn penalty of perjury, that would be great.
You can get this discussed out.
He got it. We'll give it to him again.
I appreciate it.
We're gonna give it to him again.
This don't make no sense anymore.
You know something, and don't get me wrong, I respect the fact that you have, that you wanna fight this, but I would say from my experience, you're going about it all the wrong way. And I just ask you that basic question, you don't think that the police or that the state or that the ordinances have a right to stop people from speeding and running traffic stops? Because basically, with your logic that you're trying to purport, then nobody can get stopped for anything.
Your Honor, no one was hurt. There is no injured party, Your Honor. And so upon my look of the law, and this is a court of record, and no one was hurt. And so we're following the common law. I understand that a lot of people don't understand how to function here, but since I do, well, then I want to exercise this right.
Excuse me, sir, but you clearly don't know how to function here. This man is straight up delusional.
I don't understand this, sir. All right, we'll let you.
And the name and address of the prosecutor, Your Honor, please. Thank you.
Excuse me, sir, but there is no way you are getting the address of the prosecutor. This man right here is a freaking joke.
All right.
And I appreciate Your Honor. I appreciate your patience with me this afternoon, Your Honor. Thank you very much.
That's what I'm here for, sir. This got mixed up. This is yours.
Can I file my pleadings with your clerk?
Pardon me?
Can I file my pleadings with your clerk of court? Your clerk of court.
You gotta file the pleadings as the court rules say you're supposed to file the pleadings.
The problem is this fool doesn't know the court rules.
Now, if we're gonna do this, we're gonna do it like the court rules say. And you gotta go, the court rules are all online on how you file the pleadings.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You gotta serve one to the city attorney. You can serve the other one on the court through my clerk and the email address that she's gonna send you when she sends you those tickets. But if we're gonna play ball, sir, you're gonna have to know the rules of the game.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
So I'm gonna give you until, what did I say? Final pretrial is, May the 3rd, 2022 at 8:30 a.m. I'm gonna give you a jury trial, on July the 5th, 2022 at 9 a.m. And I'm gonna give you, until, I would say the end of the day, April 29th. I mean, strike that, April 22nd, to have any motion that you have in that you want to be heard, because you're gonna give me your motion. You're gonna give me your motion on how the court has no jurisdiction over you. You're gonna give me your motion on how how all of this stuff, right? And have that in by the end of the day on April.
Your Honor, what I don't think that is my job to prove jurisdiction.
It is your job. It is your job.
How the heck wouldn't that be your job when you are the one challenging jurisdiction? This guy right here, he's something else.
it's the assertor's job to prove that whoever's asserting the claim, it's their job, Your Honor.
No, it's your job, sir. You're saying that the court has no jurisdiction over you.
No. What I'm saying is that the court has to prove jurisdiction. That's what I'm saying. That's different. So, and what I'm saying is that the court needs to prove jurisdiction. Whoever asserted the claim has to prove the jurisdiction.
Mr. Goss, are you on the line?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So he's gonna say that you have to prove jurisdiction.
And the jurisdiction is codified in the state of Michigan. So if he's arguing otherwise, that's his beliefs. And at trial, I will be stating the facts of the complaint. And there's, it's his assertions does not mean that they're correct, Your Honor.
Right.
Do I have the right to know the charges that are waged against me?
The judge already gave you the charges.
The charges that are waged against you. This is arraignment. Let's go through that right now. Let's go through that right now so we don't get this. So we don't hear this issue.
Okay.
We'll do that.
Yeah.
We'll do that right now.
And can you set a schedule, a discovery schedule, sir?
I'm setting that now. Your motion is due April the 22nd, 2022 by the end of the day. The response, if they choose to respond, April 29th, 2022 by the end of the day. And then I'll make a ruling on those motions on the final pretrial, May the 3rd. Nothing will be able to be, the court is not going to accept any other documents after those motion dates are in. And then we'll have a jury trial July the 5th, 2022. Today is the date and time set for arraignment on the warrants and complaint. You are being charged with on SP 11919851 driving while license suspended on or about my birthday 10/2/2021, and that's a possible punishment of 93 days. The maximum possible punishment for that offense is 93 days in jail and or $500 in fine. On the same day, you were charged with no insurance misdemeanor. Maximum possible punishment, 93 days in jail and or $500 in fines. On the same day, and around the same time, you were charged with.
Yeah, I think they were the same. These were issued by the same employee at the same time.
Yeah, defective or improper turn signal. So you don't feel that you have to have a good turn signal on your car either. That's a civil infraction, and that's a fine of up to $120. Defective brake lights. He doesn't feel you have to have defective brake lights. The police can't pull him over for defective brakes. I don't even have to go through these. These are civil infractions. Let's go to the misdemeanors.
There's no. These are all criminal. I mean, these are civil. Yes, Your Honor. No criminal charges.
These are criminal. I'm going through the criminal. I'm not going to even go through the civil infractions.
Somebody got hurt.
On or about 10/26/2021, in the city of Detroit, in the area of Mount Elliott and East McNichols, you are operating a vehicle. The allegation is you are operating a vehicle with no plates on your trailer. That's punishable by up to 93 days in jail and or $500 in fines. On the same date and time, you were issued a ticket for failure to display a valid operator's license, punishable by up to 93 days in jail and or $500 in fines.
But Your Honor, surely that ticket was a mistake, because you must know that you don't need a license to travel. So at the very least, that ticket should be thrown out, right?
Wrong.
Trump, stay out of it. You got your own legal issues to worry about.
And, on 2/9.
Any of those, were any of those tickets filed, Your Honor?
Sir. On September 4th, 2008, around 2:15 in the city of Detroit, you were stopped in the area of Martin Luther King and Rosa Parks, were driving while licensed and not valid or improper. That's punishable by up to 93 days in jail and or $500 in fines, and that is in warrant status. Mr. Glenn, can you put your appearance on the record now, sir?
Yes, Your Honor. William Glenn, House Counsel on behalf of Mr. Gray, or a standby attorney on behalf of Mr. Gray.
I knew I was right. I knew that this guy had to be a standby attorney for this guy, because this guy is just running his mouth, making a complete fool of himself.
All right. What about the warrant, sir? What are we gonna do with that?
Fine, Your Honor. Were any of the
Your Honor, we
tickets
would ask
signed?
that the court set aside the warrants.
All right. The court will set aside the warrant. The court will enter a not guilty plea on his behalf, and the court will issue a $0 personal.
Your Honor, I object. Your Honor, I object.
For what?
I don't have enough information to enter a plea. And that's one of my abilities is for me to know and me to understand and be able to make an informed plea. And I
We
need more
stand mute,
information.
Your Honor.
To plea for me, and I don't understand. So right now, I object, Your Honor.
Okay, my client stands mute to the charges. That means he doesn't say guilty or not guilty.
All right. Well,
And I'll plead innocent. Then I'll plead innocent.
that's what we just said. We enter a not guilty plea on your behalf, sir.
This guy is a genius.
All right. So we'll do that. You got the dates. You got properly arraigned. Are you satisfied, Counselor?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you got properly arraigned. You got the date, sir. Good luck to you. I'll see you back on May the 3rd, 2022 at 8:30. Again, you got to figure out what's going on with this.
I'll be pro per, Your Honor.
All right. Have a great day, sir.
Thank you. Have a great one. Thank you again, Your Honor.
Bye.